I'm good. I know who you are. Let's go.
All right, let's go. Down to business, right? That's what you like? Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News.
We know that. We just already did that.
Yeah, well, just trying to be official.
Okay, good.
Health update, Guyton. Has he had any setbacks or anything like that? What's his progress?
No, they're just tricky. I mean, these things can be tricky, and he was on the grass yesterday, which is a good thing. But these things sometimes take a little time, especially when you're 320-plus pound man. Sometimes they take a little longer.
How's Mr. Diggs doing?
Doing well, having a good week. Again, like we said, see how today goes. And, again, excited to see how he finishes the week.
Ferguson with the calf, that occurred in the game, or did something happen in practice?
Practice, yeah, just a little tweak in practice, yeah. Same thing, do a little bit more today, kind of a build-up process, and see how he does.
Clowney's good?
Same thing, probably game time decision, progressing well. He's very impatient over there. I mean, I'm distracted now because he wants to get to his question. Okay, but are you good? You feel okay? Great. All right, great. I just want to make sure. Yeah, I just want to make sure you're good. Now I don't know who you, so you have to make sure you tell me who you are.
I got criticized for saying yes, sir, so now I can call him Shot.
That's right.
Who criticized for saying this?
Yeah, we'll tell you that after this.
Here we go. Clarence, DLLS Cowboys. You talked about Diggs need to be more consistent. Has he done that? And what does that look like this week in practice?
Yeah, well, number one, I don't just talk about that with Trayvon. I talk about the word consistency a lot. I think it's my favorite word I use with you guys. Why? Because to sustain success and to win in this league over time, you need to be consistent. And so it just means doing things right all the time. And that's everybody. That's not just about Trayvon. I think, again, the other thing to realize is the ramp-up portion of this is real. Like, you don't play football for 4 weeks. You don't forget how to play, but you also haven't moved and have to change direction. And the thing that's so crazy about our sport, you guys know this, it's not just you. It's the working alongside 10 other guys, and there's calls and communication things that have to be better. And once we feel like that's where we're at, then certainly we know what type of player Trayvon can be.
Secondly, CD, he's cleared protocol. Can you just talk about where he is and full goal and everything?
Yeah, it looks great. Yesterday I thought was a really good day for him, and again, I love the intensity in his eyes. And again, that was a scary deal, as we all know, but I'm happy that he's safe and doing so well.
When CD was going through his stuff, you told us, when he came to practice, you could see it in his eyes, and he was ready to bounce back, and he approached practice that way. I don't know if George needed that, but what have you seen from George? Is it you see the same thing, that he's going to put that stuff to rest?
Oh, yeah, no question. Again, both those guys have been great this week. And I think, again, like, the thing with us is we came out of the game, and, again, I didn't call my best game. I didn't coach my best game, and that's why you come out of the game and you're like, man, what could I have done better? But at the end of the day, George has been dialed in, and, again, the trajectory would tell you that he's going to have a very good performance this week.
Brian Schottenheimer with ESPN. Jerry was on the radio, and he said he thinks we'll see more of Logan Wilson this week. What has Logan done in practice to have Jerry believe that, and what do you think of it?
Yeah, well, again, I think, when we went out and got Logan, I mean, we were trying to just do what? Add depth, add talent, add, playmaking ability to the linebacker position. First thing I would say is it's great to have Demo back. Demo's going to be, really without any limitations, which is great for us. I think that's awesome. But the first thing that jumps off the film with Logan is his ability to dissect things, the ability to now communicate at a much cleaner level. Like, you come in, you have to learn Spanish or French or whatever it is, and now he's able to communicate at a higher level. Both guys are going to play. K9 and he are very different, and so both guys have things that we like, and I think at the end of the day, whether it's 30 snaps and 30 snaps, again, that doesn't matter to me. It's more about finding the guy that's got the hot hand, the guy that maybe is playing more consistent. There's that word again for you, Clarence. But at the end of the day, you'll see them both out there.
And then when you get down to who's up, who's down, what's that process like? And it seems like early in the season it was basically, hey, this guy's hurt and can't go. Now, obviously, Guyton's situation, but it seems kind of cut and dry with some of it.
Yeah, we start the process on Monday night. I think you have to start on Monday night because as you game plan, Todd, you go through, okay, well, if this guy might not play, we got to be smart. Hey, we don't have him in too many packages, or there's strengths and weaknesses of all the players. And so it starts on Monday night. We work our way through Tuesday. Then Wednesday we get them out there. We see, okay, talking to the training staff, who's got the best probability of playing and who are you most concerned about. That adjusts some things for us as we continue the prep. And then usually around today and into tomorrow, we kind of finalize what it's going to look like. and we certainly have to have some of the elevations and things turned into the league on Saturday when you play on Sunday. But and then, when the guys get there to the stadium, that's when we inform them of the fact that whether they're up or they're down. And again, I think you tell them why. I think you always got to explain why, and that's what we do.
Ferguson's situation is do you have to think about maybe adding a tight end? And then what are your thoughts on Schoonmaker and Spanford and what they've been able to do for you?
Yeah, again, we'll have someone ready to go if Fergie can't answer the bell. I think Fergie will answer the bell, number one. But again, Princeton, or Bull, as I refer to him, has been here a long time. Love the physicality that he plays with. But that tight end room that we've built, Todd, is really, I think, an incredible room in terms of the talent, but the physicality that Brevin Spanford plays with is different. It is unique. This guy plays with violence. This guy finishes. This guy is a lot like Fergie in terms of the enforcer, and then Scooney is just getting more and more comfortable and confident in our system and our scheme. And we're pretty good at receiver, but we also have some tight ends that we like, which is why we're more of an 11 and 12 personnel team.
John Machota with The Athletic, going back on Spanford, how do you think he's progressed as a pass catcher?
Yeah, that's probably the biggest thing that he's moved up in, John. I mean, we've always seen his length and his power that he can generate from his lower body. His lower body is incredibly powerful. But, the work that he's done in terms of improving as a pass catcher, the catch he made last week on the over route, the Dak threw high and kind of took the hit. I don't know if he makes that play, a year or so ago, but he works incredibly hard at it. I think that room, led by Lunda Wells, is, they work the fundamentals. And if you watch an individual, which you guys are far away, it's hard to see, but just watch the tight end individual, man. He knows how to set up the drills. It's very specific to what he's trying to get those guys, and I think that's why you see those guys getting better.
And then in 2018, the Cowboys had a docuseries following them around, and one of the biggest storylines was that people were surprised at how much Jason Garrett used the F word behind the scenes. And obviously in this current Hard Knocks, there's a lot of people using the F-bomb. You obviously have as well.
I hope they weren't surprised, because I use the F-bomb a lot. If you're ever at practice, you probably know I use the F-bomb quite a bit. But
anybody from family or friends or anybody that reached out and go, man, I didn't know you talk like that all the time?
No, not really. But maybe it's because that's, and I hate it. I'm a good Christian man, but my tongue is the area I gotta work on. No, I think it's. I guess I got it from my dad. I'm gonna throw it on him. I'm gonna say, he. So actually, true story. One of his players, I won't say who, came to him one day and said, "Coach, why do you have to use those words? You're an English major. You should." And he kind of said, "I am who I am." So.
And the only other thing I wondered about that is, have you been around any coaches who can get their message across being completely clean and
Oh,
not?
sure.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is a great story, too. Just said I'm in a storytelling mood. So get to Tad's looking at his watch. I'll make it quick, Tad. I'll do 5 minutes after. But no, so Coach Spur, I went to go play for him, and so I didn't answer a question in one of the meetings my first couple weeks there, and he asked me a question, Shotty, what about this? And I just said, yeah. And he was like, Shotty, we say yes, sir. I'm like, okay. So then I threw a bad pass, shocker, in practice. I said, shit. And he goes, Shotty, my man, we don't talk about it. We don't talk like that. I'm like, oh, sorry, man. So then we go to the first game, and Werfel misses a pass, and Spurrier just unloads, you mother. I'm like, Coach, I thought. And I was like, I didn't say it, but I thought it. I was like, no, we didn't talk about that. So it's part of the competitive nature of what we do.
Nick Harris, Forward Star Telegram, you mentioned Overshown without limitations. Is this the first game where he doesn't have any limitations, or it's just happened over the course?
Yeah, because of the 4 and 17, Nick, it was hard for us. We wanted to be smart with him. So this will be the first game that he doesn't have any limitations, and he's ready for it. It's part of, again, the acclimation ramp-up period. Now we feel like he's ready to go and play a full game.
Dak had mentioned yesterday how he felt like yesterday's practice was one of the best of the year. What made it that way?
The way the guys worked, the effort, the energy, pretty crisp. I think that, just the execution was good. It was a third down day, which I think is going to be important in this game. They're obviously very good on third down defense, and we need to get off the field ourselves as a defense to, keep the time of possession in our favor.
And in the Hard Knocks episode, they had highlighted the turf time y'all had in the Detroit hotel before rolling in. How often are you guys doing that now, and when did it go from Nash time to turf time?
Actually, went to there was a game that Terp didn't make. I can't remember where it was, maybe Carolina. So I called him on the phone and had him on speaker for the guys so they could so he could tell them what time it was. So in true Terp fashion, yeah, Terp time. So he yelled that out to the guys, and that's when we renamed it. But we do it every night before the game, or this week it'll be day of the game because it's our last team meeting. And what it's for is to show appreciation, man. How blessed we are to do this. Like I referenced earlier, you're not doing this as an individual sport, man. It's a team sport, and we're going to win and lose based on how we do as 53 plus.
Tommy Arch, Dallas Cowboys, maybe a little out of left field, so forgive me, but we talk a lot about developing players and things like that. For you as a head coach now, how much either attention or time do you try to devote to developing guys on your coaching staff, guys who maybe are new to the league or haven't been around as long? And what's your philosophy on developing coaches?
Well, number one, it's a great question. Number two, I would say that's an area that I focus on more, Tommy, during the off season. I'm aware of it. I give guys feedback constantly. That's why I kind of run around to different individual drills to see what guys are doing so I can give them feedback on, hey, I think you need to maybe do this, or hey, one thing I would do to save time would be to do this. I'm a huge proponent of it. I think I'm the type of guy that I've been the assistant, and I've been the guy that had the big dreams of being a head coach. So anytime I can give, like I referenced Lunda Wells, just a little bit ago, and what a great job he's doing for us developing those rooms. I think that's our job as coaches, is to sing the praises when guys do well, and then when we're struggling, then I'm going to eat it and say it was my fault. And I think that's all part of the process, and I think that's how you get guys to believe in you and be loyal to you. But very, very good coaching staff, and I'm always trying to give them feedback as we go, but it's a little bit harder during the season than it is during the offseason.
Joe.
Joe Hoyt, Dallas Morning News. Clayton Adams was talking about some of the unscouted looks that Brian Flores will kind of throw at you in terms of you might expect him to do this game plan, and next you know it's an entirely different game plan. How much of playing against Brian Flores is weathering the storm and kind of feeling him out early on?
Yeah, again, I think, Brian does a great job of changing up. He's very game plan specific. He'll have some wrinkles for us that we haven't seen. You use the term, it's an old term, say, hey, guys, bring your playbook to the stadium. Basically, what do I mean by that? They don't bring we don't have physical playbooks anymore. It's all iPads. But, bring your rules, and you got to have rules. And so, okay, if this looks like this front or if it looks like that, we got to block it that way because he's going to have things that you did not see on film. And I think that's why he likes the veteran players, because they can handle that. Sometimes young players can't handle that. And so it's going to be one of those games where we have to do a great job of trusting our rules, but also communicating, which is why I think playing this game at home is an advantage for us.
You talk all the time about championship opportunities. How do you go about this week just hammering home the fact that they got to focus on this game instead of the 4 games that they might have to win with their backs against the wall?
Yeah, all you can do is keep talking about it, right? And keep, we're trying to throw a perfect practice. That's the goal every time. Week 1, week 10, week whatever. We tried to throw a perfect practice yesterday. We didn't. It was really good, but it wasn't perfect. So let's go out there and see if we can throw it today. Probably won't, but let's try. And so I think the messaging, when it starts in April, you stay consistent to it. You don't say, oh, man, we're 4 games away, and what if this – like, I'm not going to change. We're not going to change. We're going to talk the same way in April as we do in December, January, and beyond.
Garrett Podell, CBS Sports. Brian, just to clarify, will CeeDee Lamb for sure be out there on Sunday?
Yes.
And how has your, view or perspective on concussions just in general evolved over time? The league's evolved with the protocol and things like that, and you've been in the game a long time.
Yeah, I think it's important. I mean, it's part of the game. Player safety, it should be at the utmost concern of the league, and I think it's something that's right. We are all a little biased, about, oh, no, he's fine, but so I understand the process. But at the end of the day, you want what's best for your players. And like I said, the CD thing was scary, and, luckily for us, he's a fast healer. But I think the process is right, and I have no problem with what the league's trying to do. And if you believe that player safety is of the utmost importance, then they should do what they're doing.
Good.
Thanks, guys.